Hello there and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Heroes, Trails of Cold Steel. I'm the RNGenius, but you may call me Eric, and in the last episode we finished Chapter 2, The Verdant City. We managed to get another look into how the war between the two factions, or the stalemate between the two factions of the Reformists and the Nobles, affects the citizens of Erebonia. We saw this in Berea Heart. Okay. Place with the windmills, okay? Celtic. We experienced that in Celtic, how the tax increases affected the merchants. We experienced it in Berea Heart, how the military is getting buffed up by Duke Alberea, and how Duke Alberea is willing to go to the lengths of as far as to imprison one of the students that's going there on a field study trip, and locking his own son away so he can't intervene, just to get a hostage and get an advantage in their political issues. That's what we've been experiencing so far, and we don't know to what extent this will go yet. We also realized that the Chancellor is making his move by sending one of his puppies to the fort to check out something that they were looking for. I know that because we saw her. The White Rabbit is her nickname, and she was talking to Lecter. Lecter being one of the closest advisors to the Blood and Iron Chancellor, and a character we've come to know through the Trails in the Sky trilogy. Or actually through the, final game. The Trails in the Sky, the third, is where we really got to know him. But, yeah, we'll see how this continues. Ah, 2 tough weeks of school. Boh.
It was the middle of June. With summer well underway, a rainy spell seemed to hang over Trista.
That's a lot of rain. Almost as bad as yesterday when I was going by bike back home. I was soaking wet.
With our field study wrapped up, the other members of Class 7 and I returned to normal school life. But just when we thought we'd gotten used to the challenging lessons and the breakneck workload, a moment of dread washed over us, making our blood run cold.
What, you found the 6th chapter of the Blood Moon Rose book series, or what?
As you all know, tomorrow marks the start of your midterm exams.
Oh, that. Oh, good lord.
I'm no good with all these papers and essays and circling answers, so I won't really be able to help you much. But I'm administering some of your tests, so I'll be cheering you on from the sidelines. Make me proud, class!
Sometimes I lie awake at night and wonder how you became our teacher.
As I recall, aren't you in danger of a lecture by the vice principal if our performance isn't up to par?
Oh, I'm not too worried about that. Most of you tend to get pretty high grades anyway. I can hardly wait to see how well you all do. Remember, the results will be announced next Wednesday. Your scores will be posted on the board by rank, so you can see how you compare to the other classes in your year.
Oh, the sooner this week is over, the better.
I miss your bunny ears, Elliot.
I can almost taste the tedium.
I'm not gonna let Emma squeak by me again this time.
Oh, one more thing. They're gonna stick the average score for each class up there on the board, too.
Our class averages?
I suppose their intent is to furnish us with motivation in the form of class bragging rights.
Well, I do enjoy a challenge.
Anyway, I know it's only noonish, but I think that's enough homeroom for today. You guys can stay here and study, or just head on back to your dorms. Up to you. Prez, if you'll do the honors.
Yes, instructor. Stand, bow.
Geez, what should I do? I could stand to bone up on just about everything, honestly, but my biggest worry right now is math. Now, I wouldn't mind doing a few study sessions with you if you think it would help. I need to review math anyway. I'm not sure how much time I'll be able to spare, though. You mean it? That'd be a huge help. My biggest weak spot is Erebonian history, I guess. I doubt that comes as a huge surprise to anyone. I think I understand all the materials we've gone over directly in class, but there are some finer points. I can aid you with that if you'd like. Though in return, I'd appreciate a fresh pair of eyes to help revise my military science essay. It would be a pleasure. Would you like to study with me, Fee? I guess so. Oh, would you two mind if I jumped in too? I could use a little refresher on my classics. Of course, you're more than welcome. Would you like to join us, Laura? No, I appreciate your invitation, but I'll have to pass this time. There's a subject I need to review in private. I'll see you all later. Huh? What's up with her? Huh. Maybe I'm just reading too much into it, but I could have sworn I saw her looking over at Fee. Hey, Rean? What is it? You heading back to the dorms? You're totally welcome to come study with us if you want. I wasn't planning on heading straight back. I might come and join you guys a bit later. Alright then. Perhaps we'll see you later. The day before the exams is a free day. Talking to certain characters will allow you to study with them. When you run out of bonding points, the time of day will change to evening and the main story will advance. Oh, I've got study points now, do I? I really hope I don't actually have to end up answering like 3 of those questions, because Erebonian history might not be one of my best subjects either. I mean, math, whatever. But history? Good lord. Midterms begin tomorrow. These midterms will test you on everything you've learned all year. Make sure you're ready and in peak condition to take them. Make sure to head straight home after your exam so you'll be ready for the next day. Best of luck to all of you, and remember, don't overexert yourselves. Toa Herschel, Student Council President. Thing is, at school, history was my worst subject. I don't know shit. Literally, I was pretty damn bad at it. I was really good at math and the like, but history, good lord. German grammar as well, German class in general. Oh boy, that was bad. Good times that is over. Hey, you can't be serious. I'm walking around with a... Okay, I mean, I guess Rean is not particularly happy with water. I love the rain. Let me let you in on a little secret. I don't even need to study thanks to a little special trick of mine. Page 44 will be on our orbital science exam. This is certain. This is fate. You're just making things up now. But what if she does have some sort of special powers? I mean, it couldn't hurt to study that page, just in case. Increase your knowledge of orbital science? Beryl! Everything on page 44 will be on the orbital science test. How do I know? A girl has to have her secrets. Beryl. Beryl, you are awesome. Do I finally have you on the character list? No Beryl. No Beryl. Beryl. Year 1, Class 3. Occult Research Society? What? A somewhat suspicious girl who acts as head of the Occult Research Society. Occult research? What? I mean, I guess. Lotta. You're not, etc. I get it. Alright, fair. Nice talking to you, Beryl. Thanks for raising my knowledge. Thank you. Studying for exams? Ha! Surely you jest. Excellent grades come naturally to me. There's no need for something as common as studying. That's just the nature of nobility, after all. We have gifts that mere commoners cannot fathom. But you've got pencil marks all over your hands. Now your imagination's playing tricks on you. If you let it lead you any further, you might imply that I've been studying in secret just to show Eliza up. Ha! I have no need to study. These marks on my hands are absolutely not the result of a rigorous study regimen. Wow, I guess she's really the kind of person who puts 110% into everything she does. Everyone's so absorbed in studying for their midterms. I don't think anyone would call my grades amazing, so maybe I should start doing the same. If my parents' threats are to be believed, the fate of my allowance depends on it. Oh. It's just about time for midterms. I'd rather not even think about them, but I guess I should get studying. The music room is actually a great place to study during the test period. It's so quiet. I invited Alan along to study with me, but he turned me down. Maybe he really is trying to avoid me. I just don't understand why he's being like this. We used to get along so well in Sunday school. I wonder if something happened. Yeah, he fell in love with you. You might not have noticed, but I'm an orbital science whiz. My dad's a Rainford employee, and he always used to help me study. Gotta say, I'm feeling pretty good about these exams. Can't wait to get a perfect score and surprise Uncle Makarov. Help you study. Sorry, I can't teach to save my life. They might as well just hand me my perfect score already. I can't wait to see the look on Uncle Makarov's face when he sees how well I've done. Thing is, midterms are not all about... I saw that. A book entitled The Fancier's Guide on Erebonian Opera and Painting sits pompously up on the shelf. Why would one book cover such different topics? Still, it'll probably cover some of the stuff on our exams. Wouldn't hurt to give it a read. Increase your knowledge of art. Oh, game, you are a freaking kick in the butt right now. Wow. Wow. This game is brutality. Alan, are you sure you don't want to study with Bridget? I mean, she definitely went out of her way to ask you and everything. I don't need her help. Let's hurry up and get back to the dorm so we don't get soaked. Sure. I'm not asking Bridget for help. I can study for midterms on my own just fine, thanks. What is with Alan? That Bridget girl seemed pretty close to him for a noble. These sweets are delicious, Nicholas. It's always helpful to eat something sweet while you study, so I thought I should make my own. Don't eat too many, though, or you'll end up too energized to concentrate. Got it. Nothing tops having a classmate you can count on. I didn't know it was possible, but Nicholas has somehow gotten even better at cooking. Maybe I should ask him to cook something I can share with Emile. At times like these, there's no better way to get your brain going than eating something sweet. That said, I might want to start studying soon. Well, Emile's not having midterms. You're Colette. Clara. Is there really any need to study for those tests? It should be easy enough to get a decent grade without the panicking scramble to study. That's quite the claim. I got to the classes. It shouldn't be too hard to get a decent grade. So instead of wasting my time cramming, I'm going to focus on my art. Oh, priorities, lady. Nah. I think the game would indicate it with a little white sparkle. Were these juices and... yeah, I have to talk to them. We're studying. Oh, are the two of you studying military science? Looks like you guys are tearing through things too. More or less. You got us just as we reached the section on military symbols. Care to join us? Study with Juices and Gaius. This will consume a study point, yes. Sure, couldn't hurt. I didn't know a thing or two about military science until we entered the academy, so I'm not feeling terribly confident. It's not as though most schools teach military minutiae alongside literature and math. We're all in the same boat here. Either way, we'd be happy to have another person to paddle. Have a seat. Then let's begin. Map marking symbols are used to represent an assortment of different units and formations. This is the symbol for infantry. Random text box. I guess a tank. Could be a tank. Infantry. Rean, try to draw the symbol off for headquarters from memory. Gotcha, I'm pretty sure it's this. What? Are you serious? I'm gonna have to remember boxes? I mean, it kind of looks like what I would make for a shopping list, honestly. I guess it's headquarters, though, I guess. Gaius, think you can draw armor? Sure, this should be it. Alright, an ellipse inside of a box. I mean, that's conclusive. That's obviously armor. Now I have a tough one for you. What does this symbol mean? I mean, judging from what I think it might be, like, I mean, if you turn your head by 90 degrees, it's an E in a box. I'm pretty clever, aren't I? That's engineer, right? Yeah, for engineer. That's what I was saying. E for engineer. You got it. E for engineer. Ooh, there's so much to memorize for this class, and the fact that we're going in blind makes it even worse. Seems like the raw basics too. These seem like the raw basics too. Given that not all of us will end up involved with the military, it does seem a little excessive. But bear in mind that our military science class is to teach us how to deal with harsh situations effectively. In that sense, there's plenty to learn even if we never find ourselves on a battlefield. That's probably why it's mandatory. If it could save our lives, we owe it to ourselves to do well. Agreed. Juice's Gaius and Rean stayed together for a while longer, continuing to test each other on military science. Their bond with Juice's strengthened, and with Gaius. Nice. Rean and Juice's reached Link level 2. This seems like a topic that's likely to come up. Not that familiar with it either, so I think it's a good idea to study up on it more. As students here, military science is one subject we cannot avoid. Make sure to review and revise thoroughly. As students here, we can't avoid military science. I talk to everybody on this floor. Do 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 doom. Didn't check the computer room this day. Makarov. You probably know this already, but the faculty lounge is off limits while exams are going on. If you want to see a teacher, you've got to knock on the door and ask. You got something you want to ask me? Yeah. I've actually got an orbital science question to ask you. Figures. Show me what's got you stumped. I'll get you up to speed. Increase your knowledge of orbital science. Don't put too much work into the exams if you don't feel like it. As long as you don't give the vice principal another excuse to scream at me, I don't care how well you do. Nice. Principal. First years may not be used to them, but midterms are important examinations that determine your academic future. They test not only your general attitude toward your lessons, but the effort you put in before and after said lessons too. In other words, they exist for you to display just what you've learned ever since you enrolled here. Stay attentive and give them your all. Yes, sir. Midterms finally begin tomorrow. Stay attentive and give them your all. Sure. You don't have to happen to have hidden a book here somewhere. No, you don't. The faculty lounge seems to be off limits during the exam period. And there's no one inside. Cool. I know that this is the first examination period for your first years, but try not to let it get to you. Your studies here are merely meant to shape your future and provide you with unforeseen possibilities. No pressure. As tough as the exams might seem, just put your all into them, and everything should work out in the end. I know that this is the first examination period for your first years, but try not to let it get to you. It's just the most important exam of your life. These will be your very first midterms, won't they? I have to admit, I'm a little nervous too. This is the first time I've come up with questions for them. You should be fine as long as you study up on everything we've covered in class. Don't be afraid to ask questions either. There were a couple of art history things I needed cleared up actually. Oh my, a student is really relying on me for help. What a pleasant surprise. Art evolved in very complex ways during the Middle Ages, you see. Increase your knowledge of art. Feel free to pop in if you have any other questions. I'll do everything I can to help you resolve whatever issues you might have. Such is the duty as an instructor, after all. I should probably be making my way home soon, too. But first I have a report to make to Principal Van Dyck. Exams begin tomorrow. I wish you all the very best of luck. This will be the first year's very first exam period. Happy studying, everyone. Monica. Our midterms are really closing in, but I'm more afraid of the exam period being over than the exams themselves. When it's all over, I'll have to start going to the swimming club practice again. No, never mind, just ignore me, please. Ah, Laura, what did you do to this poor girl? I'm planning on studying in the cafe in town today. Hopefully that'll keep my mind on the midterms and off everything else. Oh, man. That's the leader of the fencing club. What was her name? Something German. Some weird German word. I don't remember. It strains credulity to imagine that anyone would forget their umbrella during such an extended period of rain. Master Vincent has always been one to defy expectations, however. Might I escort you home, mademoiselle? We can't stroll along, safely tucked under the same umbrella as the raindrops perform their emotional percussive concert. I'm afraid I'm going to have to decline your clearly selfless offer, because I'll be studying for our midterms right here. Frieda, of course. As Cord as always, I see. As curt as always. But I must ask, mademoiselle, would it not break your heart to see me sharing an umbrella with another fine lady? My heart would be fine. In fact, I'd feel better if you did. Oh, hurts. I might think about it if you manage to score better than me on these midterms. You always seem to be just below me. I might think about it if you manage to get a better score. Wow. You've got some attitude. Kenneth is probably studying fish right now, isn't he? We'll see about that part. I mean, heavy rain would probably be the ideal time to catch fish. Yeah, I mean, he's always there. I can't run. I can't run with an umbrella. Cool. Very, very cool. Hey there, Rean. What's up? Hold on, let me guess. You were studying away nice and diligently when your orbital lamp suddenly went out. Swing and a miss. You two seem pretty relaxed despite how close the midterms are getting. Who do you think you're talking to? I know better than anyone that it's pointless to start studying this late in the game. How's that working out for you? Grow's actually pretty good when it comes to the practical stuff. Survival skills, first aid, all those kinds of things. Really? See, all stuff you don't need to study for. But if you're feeling shaky about any of it, I'm happy to teach you a thing or two. Study with Crow. No. Ah, well, come back if you feel like getting some proper schooling. I'll teach you everything there is to know. I'm sure it would be educational. Feeling shaky on the practical stuff, I can give you the full rundown. I really went out of my way to talk to Jim Beam back here, but George back there, but you know, you just had to. Well, I'm not gonna. No. I can't run. That's weird. I got so used to running. Anyone studying by the old schoolhouse? Of course not. Of course. Oh, instructor, were you checking out the old schoolhouse? Yep, just a quick peek inside, though. You'll be pleased to know there don't seem to have been any major changes since last month. I'm totally fine with that. At least that means we can just focus on studying for our midterms then. I really would like to know what's going on with this building, though. Well, whatever we find out or not, all depends on your investigations. Still, I think you guys are edging closer to whatever the truth may be. And you almost seem ready to start using combat links at a more advanced level, too. What advanced level? You mean there's more? Oh, your Arcus units still have plenty of little tricks and features hidden away. The greater the awareness of your link partner, the more effective your combat link will be. But don't take my word for it. Try it out during your next investigation. Sure. I don't really know what she's trying to get at. Just try not to think about the old schoolhouse from now. The last thing I need is the vice principal breathing down my neck because you didn't do well on your midterms. Chances are they might even stop the investigations to make you guys focus more on your studies, too. Gah, then I'd never find out what's going on with the old schoolhouse. I guess I'd better get back to studying. Attaboy, hit those books. Doors to the old schoolhouse are locked. Hit those books, she said. Hit those books. It's a good title for this episode, actually. Hit those books. Nice. Before I forget, I'll actually end the episode here. Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I'll see you in the next episode as well. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, toodles!